Alright, your boy Boss. Yep, coming to you with another one, man. Obviously, we got a very busy day. So, you know, it's Thursday. So, you already know if it's Thursday, you know what's getting ready to happen. It's Boss and Candy. So, we go cover and we go start this series that we've been talking about. Because the series is important because it allows us to recap, right? Kind of recap the season, kind of look at the good and the bad, and try to, talk about things that maybe we can grow from, right? So it's a corporate term that we go talk about today. It's a corporate term that a lot of corporate companies use, right? And it's a term when especially people maybe resign. What most smart companies do is they do something called an exit interview. And see, that exit interview is going to allow you to get perspective on your organization. So we talking with this exit interview series for the Dallas Cowboys. But we starting from the top. We gonna start from the top. We gonna talk about Jerry and his leadership, Stephen Jones, Will McClay, and then all the main coaches. So we gonna just break this down, start this series, be very honest on the good as well as the bad. So y'all sit back, man, y'all chill out. We go just kind of break this down. We go also get a lot of input from y'all. So I'll be right back. And y'all get ready for another fire show. Y'all already know. We gonna bring you another one.
Another one.
Run it up, run it up.
Let's go.
Another one.
Yeah. Come on now. Y'all come on in. Let's go.
Run it up, run it up.
Y'all come on in. Let's go. As y'all can see, it's not slowing down. It's picking up, baby. Oh. I see you, Aaron, Chucky T, Spiffy, AC, I see you. Bob, B-Rob, Chucky T, Michael Lockhart, Keith, Queen, Bundell Jackson, Amaru, Keith Stone, The Truth, Will Nico. You see y'all, man. Welcome, man. Welcome to Boss Cowboy Sports. Y'all come on in. Have a seat. Have a seat. All right. I love that part.
Another one.
Run it up, run it up.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
Yeah. Be speaking his mind. Come on in, man. Let's go. So obviously it's an action-packed day. And I always say this. I don't know how many people really starting to get kind of addicted to YouTube. Oh, Mickey in the house. Mickey, I miss you. Mickey. I was like, where Mickey, man? Mickey, boy, after the game, my girl Mickey disappeared for a minute. I knew you'd be back. I'm like, damn, where Mickey at? Yeah, Mickey was so mad, boy. She walked out hot. What's up, man? Welcome back, my girl Mickey in the house. What's up? She say, I just want to run it back. I'm glad to see you, man.
Run it up, run it up.
Let's go, run it up. And Queen in the building. Queen, I don't have the phones ready, man. I tried. I really did. I tried. We having a technical difficulty, so the company that I, outsource for my phones, looking into my phones because the bill is paid, the phone just not ringing. So they said it's probably a technical issue, so they looking into it. West Coast in the building. What's up, homie? We see the homie West Coast in the building. He say West Coast in this bit. All right, now we go talk about, like, this is something that's very important to do, period. Now my boy West Coast will definitely talk about this because, see, West Coast come from a lot of management. Like, West Coast got a big time management background, so I know him obviously from a content person, but I also know him professionally. And one thing all smart companies do is exit interviews, right? So we go, and that's what they're doing right now. They're actually doing that right now with the Dallas Cowboys. They're doing self-reflection, self-evaluation, and that's what you're supposed to do. And a lot of times it's good when people resign that you sit down with them and you ask them about your company, because then people can be honest. Smart companies want people that's walking out the door to tell them the good and the bad, because you can truly self-reflect and then build an action plan to improve. So we go kind of talk about that today, and we go start from the very top. And Mickey say, she laughed. She said, "I'm back, boss." And she laughed, say, "Dak, forgive me." You can stay, but Kellen still gotta go. I swear, boy, Mickey, you was mad. Ooh, Mickey was mad. When I tell you, ooh, she was mad. She said, but Kelly still gotta go. I'm praying Mike McCarthy will have his voice this year. I don't know about his voice. It looked like his voice has been taken, because to me, when I'm looking at it, and we go talk about that too, from exit interview standpoint, it looked like to me, when I look at all the guys that's leaving, it looked like he losing his guys. He looked like he losing his closest allies. Like, I don't know why. I don't see the logic in it. And he, to me, losing his proven guys. I don't get it. I'm trying to wrap my head around it, but I honestly just had to say it has a wet fart smell. It does. It just does. Yeah, just fart. Especially Rob Davis, because I had to ask the question. Then we go get into but what did he do? He was the assistant head coach. But, so, I'm not in the building. Maybe they got a smart reason. It's just, from a distance, it's hard to just kind of see the logic in the people they let go versus the people that they kept, So I'm not going to give any kind of false optimism and pom-poms when stuff is not adding up. And I'm going to just be all the way honest. It just is not adding up. All right. So, but the first person to start with, and Candy will be here in a second, so she's just kind of getting ready. The first person to start with in this series is Jerry Jones. All right. So I'm going to give my thoughts on Jerry in the 2022 season. And then obviously I want to hear from y'all. And then as the OC come in the building, and maybe if Candy come in the building, we go also kind of talk about that. So first, from an overall perspective, I've been thinking about what grade would I want to give the very top man for the 2022 season. And this is what I came up with. A B+. Because in some things, it's easy to be frustrated with Jerry. But when I look at the overall direction of this organization, and then I look at the changes that was made, even going from 2021 to 2022, it's a couple of things that Jerry was right on that created some positive changes. So if you remember, last year Jerry came out and he did fumble. He came out last year, and the first thing he did in his anger is he began to throw Mike McCarthy under the bus. Fumbling all over the place. Literally said publicly that he was offered Dan Quinn the head coaching job. Almost fumbled the whole 2022 in his anger. He almost did. Because when he came out talking about that he tried to recruit Dan Quinn, that almost ran Dan Quinn off. And see, I know the history and I could actually pull up the full documentation of where Mike McCarthy recalled the whole story. Because he went on Rich Eisen's show. Because I said last year, I said, bruh, after that, I said after Jerry did that, I said Dan Quinn, I said Mike McCarthy will have to respond or he's going to lose this team. 2 days later, Mike McCarthy went on the Rich Eisen show and talked about the background of what happened. And it was an amazing story. So when Dan Quinn heard what Jerry said publicly, Dan Quinn literally went to Mike McCarthy and said, hey man, do you want me to take one of these head coaching jobs? Whoa! Mike McCarthy saved us and saved Dan Quinn. Facts. And I'm just giving you the background. Because Mike McCarthy was the bigger man. Mike McCarthy literally told Dan Quinn, after Dan Quinn asked him, do you want me to take one of these jobs? He said no. He said my younger self would have been like, nah, man, get on out of here. Because obviously Dan Quinn is a threat to his head coaching job. And he knows that. He knows Dan Quinn is hands-on. He knows Dan Quinn is doing an excellent job of leading that defense. And he know that likely if he was to go, Dan Quinn would be the guy to step up. But he put the team first, put down, my boy West Coast say, Mike is a real wigger. Yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Very underrated, bro. Like very underrated on how he handled crisis. And he went to Dan, he said, nah, we need you to stay to make this run. You know, but after that fumble, I'm gonna just kind of give y'all my honest to God opinion. I felt like Jerry greatly rebounded because he did talk about some standards that he wanted to see out of Mike McCarthy. Because if you remember, one of the biggest problems with Mike McCarthy is he was way too hands off with all his coordinators. And remember, he said, I don't want to do Kellen like that. If you call it, no, if you install it, you go call it. Remember he said that? So last year, when Kellen Moore was just running the offense however he wanted to, running that no identity offense, it was no checks on Kellen. Now, that changed because of Jerry. Jerry said, I want to know, what do you do? I want to know what you do. You can't just sit back and just let whoever just have that much delegation to where they can actually destroy the team. And Jerry made Mike McCarthy become more hands-on with Kellen Moore. So then you started to see in the offseason Mike McCarthy speaking up on the vision that he want to see with our offense. And then that's when I start seeing different messages. Because see, the message of Kellen Moore was there's no stars in our system. It's no identity. Candy, you in the building? I thought I heard something.
Hey, boss.
Okay,
hey, everybody.
Yeah. All right, so we got Candy in the building. I was just giving the background on my grade on Jerry, and then we can talk about it. So, but Jerry is the one that stopped that, right? So when you see the improvement of the offense, right? When you see the improvement of the offense, it was because Jerry made Mike McCarthy work with Kellen Moore. So what's your thoughts on that? Because I gave Jerry overall a grade of a B plus in the season. What's your grade?
My grade would be a B.
You giving him a B?
Just a flat out B. Because honestly, you've been talking about this Mike McCarthy and him trying to hint to tell him what to do. So
Hold on, Candy. Candy, for some reason your sound might be low. Y'all let me know if y'all can hear Candy. Can y'all hear Candy? Give me. Go ahead, Candy. You might be okay.
Let me see.
Yeah.
Testing.
One more time.
Testing.
Okay, you good.
Okay. Yeah, I say I would give him a B. Especially with past seasons and past years, I feel like this year Jerry Jones really.
Hold on. They saying you sound muffled.
Should I go out and come back in?
Maybe that's it. Now, they said you better now. Hold on real quick. Y'all let me know because we want to make sure her sound is good. Because if her sound is good, okay, you know. Now they saying you better. So she coming out and coming back in. But overall, and my boy West Coast, I saw him in the building. Go ahead. Go ahead, Candy.
I'm sorry. Can y'all hear me now? Is that better?
Okay, they saying nah, still muffled.
How about now?
You didn't do nothing different. They say you all good.
I fixed my mic a little bit.
Sure you did. See, I do that too, Candy. I sometimes I do nothing and then be like, yeah, how does that sound?
I did.
All right, hold on real quick. We got us a super chat. He said, Boss Dallas should trade pick 26 for Jalen Ramsey.
I almost feel like, one, that's a bit of drama for Dallas. Two,
I feel like we draft too well.
I know that a lot of people think that he's better than Trevon Diggs, but I almost feel like with a little bit more critiquing for Trevon Diggs, they could be on the same level. So why trade for somebody that we kind of have in the works?
Right. Yeah, and I think we draft too well. Like, to be giving away pick 26. Like, I just know. We just proved, in my opinion, and I'm not knocking your idea, bro, because I do like Jalen as a player, but I just feel like I trust Will McClay and I trust Stephen Jones at this point. I even trust the hell. Oh, hell
Wait,
yeah.
What? Can I hear that again? Man, you trust who?
Stephen Jones. I trust the hell out of Stephen Jones.
Did I miss something? Or why do you trust Stephen Jones?
No. I trust him when it comes down to personnel.
Okay.
Now I got my knocks. I'm gonna definitely talk about my knocks. Y'all gonna hear about that. I'm gonna talk about that today, matter of fact. But now I gave Jerry a B. You know what I'm saying? And then we now we getting ready to talk about Stephen Jones in a second. But overall, for setting the vision of this organization, he also said in training camp that he was gonna put a lot of stock in the young guys. And Jerry was right. Was he right or was he wrong? How did the young guys do?
They set the tone.
They did good. Young guys did their thing.
And remember, at the beginning of the season, that kind of reminds me of the show where we were talking about competition making the older guys step up their game. And I think that's what the younger guys did this season, along with playing a couple of.
Hold on real quick. I got to address something real quick. So I just want to kind of set some order. My brother, you said this dude delusional. So I don't know if you're talking about me or you're talking about Lamont. First of all, we gotta be respectful because Lamont, his voice matter. He giving out a good idea about Ramsey. Because you disagree, we don't have to do the name calling. You know what I'm saying? Let's treat Lamont or me, whoever you talking to, with some basic respect. That's how we want to run this channel. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't want to have no channel because you think different, you name calling. So, delusional and all of that. We ain't doing that because Lamont might be right. And see, what I like is Lamont coming back with some facts. Look what Lamont did. Look what Lamont did. Lamont like, hold on real quick. He came on back. He like, hold on, boss. Ramsey gave up 0 TDs, dog, and 4 interceptions with 18 PDFs, dog. See, I like that. See,
and honestly, that made me rethink. I'm like, wait.
yeah, me too. I ain't gonna lie. I was like,
let me rethink that.
well, let me rethink that, Lamont. You know what I'm saying? Like, Lamont might be up to something.
That keeps, because you and I have our opinion all day. We'll go
Right.
back and forth with our
Yeah.
opinion. But it's good to hear others' opinions too.
Right.
That way we can give not just a feedback based on our opinions, but also take in general counsel from the outside and say, hey, they might actually be right.
Hold on real
Sometimes they
quick.
might be wrong, sometimes they're right.
This dude said he'll block you if you disagree with him. Who you talking about?
No, that's me.
No, I need to know who you talking about. I need to know. Say a name, Salt. Who will block you for disagreeing? I need you to say a name. I need you to go ahead and say a name. I want to see if you go stand on what you just said. Name drop who you talking about. All right? Yeah, because if you talking about me, you go get more than blocked. You go get shot up out of here, bro. Because I'm sick of y'all coming here with this sneak dissing, bro.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
So I'm gonna tell you, just name drop who you talking about, homeboy.
Just exit the channel, please.
No, he might be cool. I just need you to name who you talking about. Go ahead and be a man. Yeah, be a man about it. Yeah, cause see,
Cowboy?
my boy said, get back to the content. I know you hot. All right, I'll get back to the content.
Wait,
Yeah,
how come you listen to them and not me?
My bad, Candy. My fault, Candy. Hey,
No.
I ain't mean to put the chat over you. You in a chat, I give equal respect to. My bad. All right, but back to what we was talking about. Now you go ahead. You was talking about Ramsey making sense. Go ahead.
I forgot now.
I forgot myself.
But now me and you about to have a battle. Because you over there answering the chat. He's probably logged out now. You done told the man
My
I
bad.
will block you and more.
Yeah.
Now, back to Jalen Ramsey. Lamont made me rethink that.
Yeah, he got
Just
it.
for the simple fact that we all know what Trevon Diggs is capable of from last season, but he didn't have the best time this season. Not saying he played terrible, but he didn't play up to the standard of last.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. And see, that's why your voice matters. Because the more and more I'm starting to think about it, the more and more I'm starting to like old boy idea.
Right? It's like,
Damn.
hey, we have these 2 red velvet cakes, but this one came out 30 minutes ago, and this one came out an hour ago. I was like, ooh, that 30-minute one sounded better.
Yeah, my boy, Mac Jones. He said, "Boss with the $2, man. I appreciate that, big dog." He say, "Salt disappeared." Yeah, he disappeared. Yeah, you got to stand on it, son. If you go, yeah, man. Let me get back to it. But hey,
Y'all, I'm not gonna let any bullying go on. Keep going, boss.
another thing too on that Jalen, and then we gonna get back to the grade knees exit interviews. But also Jalen Ramsey, he brings a super edge to the D. I've never not loved how he play corner. I've always loved how he played corner, like always. Oh,
It's definitely a dominant presence there. Like it would never be a game with him in it where you're like, hey, did Ramsey play this game? You're gonna know in some way.
this is a good question, Candy. Somebody said, Boss and Candy, do either of you have a name in mind if Kellen Moore is let go? I don't right now, but I trust Mike McCarthy. Whoever Mike McCarthy picks, I trust it because Mike McCarthy has a great offensive mind. and
But
he knows what he wants.
that's cute.
Mickey got a good idea. She said left witch. You know what I'm saying? She said left witch. And I'll be open for that. But I trust Mike McCarthy because I know Mike McCarthy knows the history of offense. It's not just what he wants to do. If you come in and you say, I want to run an option route, he gonna say, okay, we just came from that. What style? And he gonna be able to break down, do you want to run multiple option routes? Do you want to run it with a tight end? Do you want to, he could blend it. I trust the mind of Mike McCarthy. So maybe he making me lazy, but I won't honestly look too deep into that. What's your thoughts, Candy, on that super chat?
I don't have a name in mind either, but honestly, because I didn't think that Kellen Moore would go anywhere.
Yeah, me too.
Based on how the season went and how they let him run wild
Yep.
throughout most of the season,
Yep.
he has a little bit more footing in the organization than we may think.
Yeah.
So I didn't put any thought into it because I didn't think Kellen Moore was going anywhere. Leftwich could be a good option if that was the case, and I also agree. Mike McCarthy knows what he's talking about. We heard him many times in press conference reference, what should be done and what he thinks should be done. So,
Yeah, and William said my money on Mike McCarthy, Buddy Fieldman. They fired Fieldman today, or they didn't renew his contract. However you want to say it. So he gone. And then my boy Lamont, he ain't quitting. He putting his voice out there. I ain't mad at you, Lamont. Lamont fighting for Ramsey. I like this. My boy fighting. He said with a $2. He said, imagine
so
Ramsey.
what's going on for Ramsey right now? Is Ramsey
A free agent? I don't even know.
I'm gonna have to look that.
Yeah, look that up if you don't mind. I don't even know, but he likely is because that's why my brother is lobbying for him. Yeah, see, because if he not, then we talking about giving up draft picks. That ain't gonna happen. Boss, would you give your first for Stephon Diggs?
What? Would you give your what?
My first. Yep. Yep. I would. I sure would. I would give up a first.
What? Someone else brought
I would.
Diggs coming over to us, and I would not be opposed to that.
Yeah, I would. I would give it up quick. Because Stephon Diggs is a perfect receiver for Dak. A route runner? That's Amari Cooper part 2.
I was going to say, that's what we gave up.
Yeah, boy. Yes.
We still don't know why. Hey, low-key, speaking of Amari Cooper, I love Michael Parsons, but he's been scaring me in the media lately because I'm like, oh, please don't become another Amari Cooper and they get rid of you. Because I think that's what happened.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I ain't tripping off Michael Parsons' tweets. I be looking at his tweets. I be like, I don't see the big deal.
No, I think they're good, but some of them make mainstream media like, please don't cut him for this. Because they twisted his words today.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that's why
they said, he was talking about Dak Prescott. I'm like, okay, come on. No, he's not.
He was not talking about Dak. Oh, they said Joe Philbin was let go for health reasons? Damn. Okay, that make me feel a little bit better. Not obviously because of his health, but it never made sense. If you got a source on that, send it to me, bro. I need to cross-reference that, Scott. If you got a source of that information, please send it to me. You can go to my Twitter, put it in my mailbox so I can kind of reference and cross-check what you're saying. All right, so the next person, Candy, in this series that I want to talk about, because we said we was talking from the top. So before we move on to the next person, we want y'all to grade Jerry Jones. What's your grade for this season, Jerry Jones, as the ultimate leader and visionary for the Dallas Cowboys? What would you grade him? Would you give him a D? Would you give him an A, B, C? Now be serious. I'm not interested in anger grades, and we want a real thoughtful grade. Okay,
we want some Lamont grades because Lamont comes with a thought process behind it.
Eternal Destiny said, if we give up picks for a wide receiver, we will be a pass happy offense again. Build O line, run the bad, control the clock, and play great defense. We got to first, in my opinion, internal, see how our offensive shake out. We got to first see who our coordinator gonna be before we declare we're gonna be pass happy. But these grades are coming in, and I'm seeing C, 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 mostly C's, B minus, C, C, B plus. Keystone gave him a C, B, B plus, C plus. Keith Edward gave him a C plus, B, C plus, B plus, C. So on average, Candy, it looked like we're around B.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, so we go. Which is good.
Yeah, because Jerry Jones has received a lot of flack from Cowboy Nation, so that's a. I'll take that.
My boy William Kill gave a D.
Oh, come on.
No. That's just great. I ain't gonna judge. It's just funny. That's just funny. Boy gave a D. And William is
like,
smart.
It's between a B. He like, no, it's a D for me.
It's a D. It's a D for me,
it's
dog.
A D for me.
All right. So we're moving on to the next one. And that is Stephen Jones. So Stephen Jones, I'm gonna go ahead and give my grade on Stephen Jones. I gave Jerry a B plus. Stephen Jones, I'm gonna shock y'all, but on the year, I'm gonna give Mr. Stephen Jones a B. Straight up. Man, these boys said Z. Don't grade yet. Don't grade yet. Don't grade yet.
Can you tell us, boss, what is that B based off of? What gives and I don't personally have anything against Stephen Jones, but or other reasons, but I give my grade in. Can you tell us what made you give him such a high grade?
Because I felt like, to be honest, he did some things that was unpopular but right.
Okay.
So, and I respect him for standing on his vision.
Okay.
Because everybody always is trying to pressure him to go spend.
Yeah.
On bigger name free agents, and he held, but still built a good team.
Okay.
On a budget. And with a lot of depth. So this is what I love about Mr. Stephen Jones right now. Just keeping it, because we're going to talk about the good, we're going to talk about the bad.
Mm-hmm.
His Marshall's free agents. I could kiss you, Stephen, for that. I love you for that. Because what he's doing, and he's all in on, he is going after flawed former greats, and it's working. Now the Cowboy Nation don't like this strategy. I love this strategy. Yeah, and I agree on the Bobby Wagner trips. He messed up on Bobby Wagner. He did. So, but for the most part, Jason Peters.
Yeah.
T.Y. Hilton.
I had a strong C in my mind, but you're like turning.
You know what?
Stop doing that, boy. Stop doing that.
No. I'm starting to lean on to strong C too. I'm changing my grade. C, yeah, I'm strong. Yeah, I'm strong C. I'm changing my grade.
On, like, his past decisions, but what you just said, I'm like, okay, I could see that.
Yeah,
I can see that, but then that's also gonna depend to me what they do in the off season, because I feel like they have the money. So what are y'all gonna do? What strong moves are y'all going to make?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with C. I'm going with C, and I might go to D.
Is this a strong C or a weak C?
It's a weak C.
Ooh, that's
yeah. I'm going C.
Strong C. Okay.
I'm going C. Now let's talk about the negatives, because I love his courage to stick to his strategy. But what I don't like about Stephen Jones is that accounting football guy. I can't stand that. That's the thing I don't like. He gets sometimes downright too cheap.
Yeah.
to where he start hardballing over stuff that's kind of
Yes.
like dog. You held up Curse for $5 million a year. You got the deal, but was that worth the risk? Then you brought in Anthony Barr late to camp. We needed Anthony Barr old self at the beginning of camp.
Oh, self.
Oh, that wasn't cool. Ooh, that wasn't cool. We needed.
We do not age shame here, guys. We do not
You true.
age shame.
Oh, I did age say.
You did
Let me.
age shame.
The older Anthony Barr needed to be in this building, but he hardballs over peanuts. You know what I'm saying? And then,
But where he has to be getting that from somewhere, though. Or do you think that's just him?
That's him.
Yeah, you know what? Because he's gotten rid of a couple of players for that. He's gotten rid of even players before that said they would take a pay cut. He wanted the whole enchilada. Like, no, you're going to have to do more than that. We need more.
Yeah. Mickey, don't slap your boy. She said you named Peters and T.Y. balls. Peters was out and T.Y. had one target. It's more than that, Mickey. It's more than that. Like if you add up all the marshals, because it's more marshals than just Peters and T.Y. We also brought in Xavier Rhodes, which is a marshal type of pick. We also historically brought in Cobb, who almost got 1,000 yards. We brought in Quinn. You know what I'm saying? Robert Quinn. That's a Marshall's type pick. I just love the Marshall strategy. I think it's a good strategy. T.Y. Because at first he wasn't doing nothing in free agency. You know? Mm-hmm. So now, is it sexy? No. But did it build depth and did it work? Yeah. That's just me though. Nobody gotta agree with that.
That's your seat.
That's the positive part of my grade. That's the positive part. The rest,
I can happily see that. I mean, you came with some strong receipts there, some strong backup. So
yeah.
In that aspect of it, and saving money, but also bringing in, valuable players and people that we could count on when others went down. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. This is a good question.
Okay, right, especially the T.Y. Hilton move. I was like.
But I want to talk about the thing that messed up Stephen Jones, even on these cheaper players. All right, my boy Joe Cook say, "Boss, why are you discussing players brought in when we are already a playoff team?" Like I say, bro, the players that we brought in, to me, helped this team help with depth. They did. So. Sorry, that's. Yeah, I mean, they did help. And he did it at the right time. So when Philly ran a ball down our throat, we went and got Hankins. He did it the day after Philly. That's good leadership, bro. He went. Now, is it a big name like a Donovan Sue? No. But did we average a whole yard less when he was on the field, Jonathan Hankins? Yes.
But also, all of this tells me that I think that our front office truly expected and thought that we could get to the Super Bowl this year with the moves that they were making and the moves that they were willing to make that they've never made before. So that says a whole lot. And I think that they have something there.
You breaking up.
Am I?
Yeah, you breaking up. Now, we signed him first, Mickey. We signed him first before Philly signed them other dudes. Because we signed Jonathan Hankins before Philly signed Sue. He said, my boss said, "Boss, you know what? The media's always trying to tear our team apart every freaking season." Let me see. He said, every freaking season, they try to suggest getting rid of this player and this player just to weaken us, but we don't fall for it. No, a lot of people do fall for it. A lot of people do fall for it. But I'm glad it's people like you who see through it. So what you got to
Yeah.
do, in my opinion, is when you see us calling it out, you got to share this type of content so that we can be the
That
counter.
reminds me of the whole Zeke conversation that's going on. I don't know if you've already talked about it before I got on.
Nope.
The Zeke conversation, as everybody, I feel like every year they've talked about it. It's time to get rid of Zeke. It's time to get rid of Zeke. What's our then college?
You breaking up again?
Am I?
Yeah. You'll be talking and it just start going down. I don't know what's happening.
That is so weird. That never happens.
It's only when you kind of start talking low. That's the only time to do it. Maybe you gotta.
All right, so I'm going to speak really loud.
Thank you.
Can
Thank
you
you.
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can hear you now.
You see, part of this is my fault, guys. I wasn't available at the start of the show to get on, and we usually worked out the kinks with sounds and such. So
Yeah, we do.
that is my fault. So let me know if you can't hear me or if I'm choppy. And
No,
we
you
don't
sound
touch
good, but it's when you speak up. I know I'm making you yell, but I apologize, Candy.
I'm
just-
going to enunciate.
Yeah, you cool. Every
To
time
speak loudly.
if my boy
Loudly
Johnny
and
Wood say,
clearly.
"Say it with your chest," yeah, you gonna have to today. You gonna have to. It's just what you gotta do.
I might need another sip of water for that. Hold
Hey
on.
man, go get some water. Get some water. We need you.
Yeah,
We
no,
need you,
I
Candy.
was just talking about the conversation that comes up every season about
Zeke.
get rid of Zeke. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's what he said. It's like every year they're gonna tear up some of our best players and they're gonna, unfairly critique them. Some things are accurate in their critiques, but most things are exaggerated. Like for instance,
Yeah.
when is the last time you heard anybody talk about yards given up for a corner? Last year, what was we hearing? Diggs gave up 1,000 yards. Now you can't even tell that stat ever existed this year. Now, also nobody cared this year. Yeah, So like what they saying right now, the Cowboys need to trade Dak. That is the dumbest talking point.
Why, boss? Why?
Because it's
I
a
mean,
no
that-
trade clause in his contract. Why we even having that conversation? Like that is a waste of time. He put the no trade clause in his contract because he don't want to be traded. So to even try to address it, like if they go talk to him and if he's willing to be traded, bruh, he don't want to be traded. That's why he had it put in his contract.
In his press conference, he said, "We'll do better next year."
Right? Yeah.
Plain
yeah,
and simple. That
yeah.
lets me know, i.e., he's not going anywhere. And then for Zeke to be willing to take a pay cut to stay with the Dallas Cowboys, if that information is true, that means his boy Dak is staying in Dallas. So let's just cut those two narratives and nip them in the bud.
And then Joe said, time to dive in free agency head first this offseason, especially if we can't develop mid-round picks like Cox, Joseph Wright, etc. I'm going to be honest with you, bro. Stephen Jones ain't diving head first. And to be honest, why would he? Why? When the way that you doing it had you at the divisional round, why would you change it? Now, I could see us making one splash in free agency, one major splash, but this Tiger ain't changing his stripes. Not with how we had the depth and all the talent we had this year. He ain't changing. And I don't think he should change. I think he should hold his nuts. I really do.
This kind of is the first season that it's all worked and come together. Every year, I'm like, we just don't have all of the pieces, or the pieces aren't fitting right. And it seemed as if they did this year. We just didn't make it.
Right. And my boy Gerald said, boss, your last video of Kellen sealed it. Salute. Yeah, I appreciate that, bro, because a lot of people getting a lot of misinformation, about Kellen, and I'm glad you liked that video. And I really work hard to try to set the record straight. What he talking about, Ken, is the video that I did where I was talking about the scapegoat coaches. And I went into the background today of these coaches and all that kind of stuff. So it's another part about Steven that I wanted to talk about that I really, 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 really wish he would change. That I really think is one of the secret poisonous mindsets of our team. And it's something that he's very strong about. The bastards versus sons philosophy. I hate that. I can't stand it.
What exactly is the bastards versus sons philosophy?
Oh, I ain't never explained that to you?
No.
Okay. So he treat his draft choices like sons. And free agents are treated like bastards. It's a long history of that. To where a free agent will come in here and ball, and it'll be hard for them to be engrafted into the organization. Very hard. Now you see a few like Curse, but I don't even think Curse is grafted in. I don't think Curse grafted in. I think we looking to replace him quick. I swear we are. That's why we only gave him a 2-year contract. He want to do short contracts with some of these guys. Like, it made no sense if you just look at the history of how Fowler was treated this year compared to Armstrong.
Yeah.
It made no sense. They put Armstrong in bubble wrap in training camp and Fowler out there balling and not really moving up. And then they rolled out first Armstrong. But every time Fowler was on the field, he was impactful. But he's a bastard. Amari Cooper was a bastard. So what happened? Stephen Jones said himself. This is what Stephen Jones said. I'm going to quote him. He said we could not and we wouldn't be able to sign Michael Gallup if we would have kept Amari Cooper. So you prioritize a player coming off an ACL that had his injury in January over another guy that was healthy and a former number one.
They said they would not have been able to. Okay.
He said that.
I mean, what you're saying. Okay, I follow now.
Yeah. So he really does. He you know, if you look at the pattern of these free,
what's like the logic? What's the true logic behind that?
it's one of those things culturally he believes in. He believes in we invested into you guys. We planted you guys into the ground and we developed you guys and we want to stay with you guys. And he want to kind of have this thing to where we take care of our own. But see, the crazy thing is when you say you take care of our own, you excluding the free agents because they also yours too. They sign and they put their blood and sweat on the line for us too. They just weren't born in this organization.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me T.Y. Hilton is not a super good fit for us right now. He understands option routes. He was a number one that had to run a bunch of option routes. He's cerebral. CeeDee Lamb admitted he got instantly better working with him. He should be the first one signed. We need a number two. We need a number two.
I was thinking, I'm like, when they put him in the games, I saw Michael Gallup's role diminishing, and I'm like, oh, he's rolling down to wide receiver number 3.
Yeah.
Hilton is picking up fast to number 2, in my opinion, and he just kind of comes in with his head down, seemingly works hard, and gets the job done like that. And that's what we have been looking for. It shouldn't matter to me how they came into the organization, just that they're coming in and doing what needs to be done.
Yeah. See, let me ask you a question, Candy. What was the one thing that we needed versus San Fran that would have made an instant impact? I know. I put you on the spot, but let me see. I'm just gonna throw it out there.
Wait, let me think.
I ain't rushing. Even with Kelly Moore. Even with Kelly Moore. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds.
Got a countdown.
5 seconds.
I'm running the game back in my head.
Here's the answer.
The wide receiver.
You got it. Amari.
Oh,
Amari. We likely win that game with Amari. Even with Kelly Moore. This is why. What was they doing to CeeDee Lamb? Doubling them.
Double teaming.
Can you double CeeDee Lamb with Amari on the field?
But that's what happened at the beginning of the season with the game against the Buccaneers, and was it the Eagles that did that at the beginning of the season too against us? So yeah, we could have benefited from
greatly.
Amari Cooper.
Who went off last year versus San Fran? Who? Amari.
I don't know. Look, I don't know why we got rid of
last year.
Cooper.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No.
Who? We got 79
But
likes
now-
with 221 people watching.
Catch up.
Nah, y'all gotta. Nah, we gotta get them likes up. We gotta get them likes up. But when we dealing with these bastards versus sons, that's why. Yeah.
But
C.
so
C.
if
I might change it to a D. The more and more I talk, the more and more I'm lowering. I started off with a B. I'm going down. I'm going down. I think I'm finna give him a D.
So, but I'm thinking about it, and I'm like, okay, we had Lamb pegged as our number one wide receiver for whole season, right?
Yep.
All right, Gallup, they assumed he'd come in strong and be able to come in as the number 2 wide receiver. But to me, in practice and things, you see holes. And before he actually came into he actually came into the game, Mike McCarthy said in the press conference, you know, Gallup thinks he's ready, but we have to see if he's ready. So to me, he was already signaling, like, yeah, he's a wide receiver, but we don't know. Is he our number 2 or what? I'm saying all this to say I think they saw the red flag that we needed another Amari Cooper. They didn't do it.
And then Tracy said Amari Cooper disappears when it is money time.
I mean, did he disappear? The Cowboys.
Did he disappear when it was Minnesota? When he won that game? Did he disappear when he put 200 yards on Philly? His first year? In that big game that we needed to win the division?
That's a big narrative surrounding the Dallas Cowboys wide receivers in any year, really.
Yep.
It's always when they get paid, when the money comes up, then
they saying they can't hear you. You gonna have to enunciate.
They don't play well. So I said that's a problem, seemingly in Cowboys Nation, when they say that our receivers don't play well when money comes into question. But my thing is these guys are being paid for the years before the things that they've already done. So I think Amari Cooper should have gotten money. He should have been able to stay on the Cowboys. I think there was an outside reason that we don't know about still as to why he's not on the Cowboys anymore.
Yeah, and then is the chat saying it. Kelly Moore didn't even feature Amari, and he still has 6 touchdowns with only 104 targets. Okay, hold on real quick. Somebody helping you out. I like this. And they gave a super chat to do this. That's love. My boy said, "Boss, I'm a sound engineer. It's her mic. It seems to be longer. She talks to start to cut back. Try moving the monitors." Monitors?
What if I unplug my mic?
And then where's the sound? Where's the sound gonna come from? You want to change it to because if you could change your mic to your video, you might sound better. Or you might be able to come in through your phone. We did that before and it worked good. You want to come in through your phone?
Let me try this.
Okay, cool. Hey, she getting ready to try to fly the plane real quick. Y'all be patient with her. But appreciate that, Rush. We appreciate that. Yeah, man. Yeah, so, and then this is the other thing. And let's just assume this is true. All right? Let's just assume that it's true that Amari disappeared, right? Is that the real question? Right? Is that the real question? Because the real question is, was Amari
Hello.
that's an echo. Whatever you did, it created an echo. Did you kill it? No, it's still there. Candy. Okay, it's gone. All right. So she working on it. She gonna get it. All right, she working on a plan B. Appreciate that, y'all. But
How about now?
much better. I could hear it.
All right. Woo! We're back. I'm back.
Way to fly that plane over there, girl. All right.
Thanks for y'all's help.
Yeah. So I forgot what I was talking about. What was I talking about? Oh, Amari. The question is, would you want Amari production or would you want what you saw out of Noah Brown this year? That's the question. That's the real question.
Wait.
Because that's what you're comparing.
You said, would I want what I saw out of Noah Brown this year versus what I saw out of Amari Cooper?
Right. That's because we can talk about big games.
Yeah.
Even if we assume that's true.
Okay, I would prefer from jump. I'll just say Amari Cooper, based on his route running, the physicality, and his ability to jump up and get the ball. And then sometimes when Noah Brown got in those situations where it was time to do those toe tapping catches on the sideline, and he couldn't exactly drag that toe to stay inbound and catch the ball. I feel like those are problems that Amari Cooper would not have had. And nothing against Noah Brown. I think that he's a developing wide receiver. But it's kind of offensive to put him and Amari Cooper in the same level because they're just not.
You still breaking up. Oh
my gosh. Are you serious?
Yeah, it's still doing it. The longer you talk, it start. It's all good. We go fight through it. Thank y'all for being patient with us too. It might be your Wi-Fi. And then Keith said Amari didn't disappear. They stopped throwing the ball to him so they could use the excuse to get rid of him. Clap it up for Keith. Clap it up. That's real. It's the same thing they did to Zeke this year. It's the exact same thing. And then they say you sound good. Let's just keep rocking. Don't worry about it. Don't let it shake you. Let's rock. We good. We go just fight through it.
I swear I'm not doing it on purpose, guys.
It's all good, man.
I'm like, is it? The only thing I can think of is the Wi-Fi got knocked out yesterday.
I don't worry about it. Let's just keep it on ball. We ain't got to worry about it. The next time we'll just come in early like we always do, and we'll clean up all the sound issues. Cause y'all ain't never heard this problem, but we also didn't do a sound check. Like we always do sound checks. We didn't do it today. That's all good. Ain't no big deal. We go get through it. Now,
I had a good point though.
Go for it. I ain't rushing.
I said it already. Well, with Amari Cooper and Noah Brown, basically I said that there's no comparison between the two. And no offense to Noah Brown, but Amari Cooper is, in my opinion, already there with the route run, and he's able to do the things that Noah Brown just couldn't get to this year for us, like the sideline touchdown, toe tapping touchdown. I feel like that was something that Amari Cooper wouldn't have had a problem with, running those routes and catching the ball mid-run. Amari Cooper wouldn't have had those same issues that Noah Brown had. I think that Noah Brown is developing, and Amari Cooper is sort of already there, so we can't compare the two.
Yeah, they don't compare at all. And this is what I said, Candy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to just keep it all the way real. And I like this comment right here, this super chat from Dwayne. What's up, Dwayne? Dwayne won a real good football mind. I always appreciate his commentary. He said, to me, Kellen calls a different game when he play on the road. I agree. I do. Yeah, the stats bear that out too. But see, this is one of the things I wanted to say that's crazy. So you got rid of Amari, but you spent the last month and a half begging for a wide receiver.
Not a wide receiver. You know how you don't miss something until it's gone?
Right.
We've been searching for Amari Cooper, and we had one. We just
Uh,
didn't keep him.
my boy landlord in the building. He said, "What's happening, Boston Candy? Our boy Jerry got something nefarious on Dan Quinn, or he probably our next head coach." Yeah, bro. It definitely sounds nefarious, especially when he say, "I want you to be here just as long as Tom Landry." I'm like, yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, okay, sure. Sure, yeah. But you spent the last month and a half begging for Odell Beckham.
That was a disappointment. We never circled back to that. We wouldn't have to.
How do you let Amari go, but then beg for Odell Beckham?
Make it make sense. That was the biggest embarrassment of this year. We got bamboozled. Everybody got bamboozled. I feel like there was something in that medical report that didn't actually clear him, and it was just maybe him and his agent saying that he would be ready, and doctors was like, no, not actually.
Yeah, I mean, but
because he would be on somebody's team by now.
Yeah, he didn't even work out for nobody. If you don't work out for nobody, you just talking. So we just got a comment real quick. Somebody said, and I'm glad you said what you said, bro. He said, Dak and Kellen Moore gotta go. Somebody just put that in the comments.
Y'all leave Dak out of this.
So, and I'm cool with people having thoughts about Dak. I'm cool with that. Mm-hmm. But all I want to say, I said that this morning. Now, you can add Bill Parcells to the list as another person who literally called Kellen Moore out by name. And see, Halo Land said, give me Aaron Rodgers. He's the same guy that just said, get rid of Dak and Kellen Moore. So, this is why I hate the fake news that's out there. Because they telling our fans that a trade is possible and it is not.
Oh, you see this guy? See this guy? Number one bullshit guy. He do the wee woo.
And our fans say stuff like this because they hear it from like local radio stations and stuff.
Yeah, and think it's a possibility.
And I'm not picking on you, bro. But this is why I was angry the other day when I saw the local media basically trying to have trade options for Dak. If you wanted Aaron Rodgers, you couldn't get him. If you wanted Tom Brady, you couldn't get him. It's a wasted conversation. So, I'm not going to pick on people like this because people are hearing this all over from alleged so-called trusted news stations, Candy.
And that's because they're always story.
You breaking up again.
I said that's because it always has to be a storyline.
Yeah, exactly.
At our expense, I feel like. And, you know, when it's a slow day in the media, then there's a rumor swirling somewhere and they're going to put it out, even if it's not a true possibility.
Right. So check this out. And we gonna go back to grading. I'm not gonna deal with your comments no more, bro. No, I ain't gonna do it. So check this out. So Bill Parcells, according to legendary NFL head coach Bill Parcells, the Dallas Cowboys' biggest problem isn't at quarterback. Let me make that bigger. I don't think people isn't at quarterback. Parcells evaluated the 14 teams that qualify for the playoffs for the 33rd time. This is 33rd time doing that. And his comments on the Cowboys are amongst his most interesting. In his assessment, he revealed his belief that the Cowboys don't have the top. So he's saying Dak ain't the top quality quarterback in Dak Prescott. But I do think he's good enough to win with. So all the Cowboy fans, I don't think Dak can win it. One of the GOAT coaches who actually raised up Belichick like a son, Coughlin like a son. The dude that's considered one of the best all-time coaches basically said, keep Dak's name out this problem, bro. And then he kept talking. He said their overall offensive scheme has to be more balanced, Parcells said, suggesting Dallas and Prescott will be better off taking the... Oh, hold on. I missed the most important part. It's right here, Candy. He said the Super Bowl winning coach said he likes what he sees from the team on defense, but the offense, particularly Kellen Moore's play calling, is hurting the team. You funny. You fucking can't start laughing. So add him to the list. Like, cause it's
not
all
gonna happen, Bus, okay? It's not gonna happen. Just get it out of your head. It's not gonna happen. He's staying, and that's what it is.
See, but check this out. You gotta now add Bill Parcells to the long list of Hall of Famers that specifically called out Kellen Moore by name.
I looked at what we did. I thought we offensively tried to feature some guys that we went away from our playmakers. And that's not what you should do. That's why I'm questioning some of the things that transpired.
We see both these teams here at the Super Bowl. It's so easy for them to feed the ball to Cooper Kupp,
Right.
Odell, even Chase. Why is it so hard for Dallas to be able to feed the ball to CD and Amari?
Creativity, or the lack thereof creativity. When you have quality wide receivers like Amari Cooper, CeeDee Lamb, Gallup at the time, Wilson, and others, you create matchup issues by moving them all around. They should be able to run routes, and they should be interchangeable. I mean, we need to upgrade in our tight end position, to be honest with you. I don't think our tight ends were great pass blockers or run blockers. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
Especially when you're trying to run the ball with Zeke and Pollard and so forth. Yes.
Yeah.
We needed that guy that can actually block and run pass routes at the same time. So no one can actually key on us when we're in certain situations. And I think offensively, we kind of got away from the main thing being the main thing. And they need to get their act together in terms of calling consistent plays that are giving our guys and doing the things that you talked about, creating ways for these guys to get the ball in their hands instead of the standard way of doing it. The creativity that I would expect from Kellen Moore.
From who? How many people gotta call him by name? They're like, Candy, how many people gotta literally say this dude's name? That it be, boss, you're hating on Kellen Moore. That's why I don't like your channel, boss. I don't like your channel, boss. Kellen Moore's a good coach, boss. Boss, Kellen Moore, he's good, boss. Boss, that's how they look at. Boss.
Well,
Boss, you're just a YouTuber. Boss, come on now. Boss, All right.
Well,
Okay, don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Kellen Moore is just not cutting it.
Not cutting it. All right, so let's so we not exit interviews. We're not exit interviews. Let's talk about the next person, and then we gonna come back to Kelly Moore. All right, what's first of all, before we go to Will McClay, what's your grade? What's your final grade on Stephen Jones? My final grade on Stephen Jones is a D.
Oh my gosh, you just went down.
I went from B to D. Yes, I did. Yeah, the more and more I talk, the more and more my grade went down. The more and more I talked myself into a D, and I mean that.
You did. You talked me into a C.
Okay, so
keep it at the C.
What's your grade? What's your grade? I need to see your grade on Stevie Jones as we do the exit interview.
Final grades.
Final grade. Somebody say, enjoy the Boss Candy show. Keep up the great work, man. Thank y'all. I'm seeing C. Okay. Come on, we need everybody to grade now. We need to see y'all grades. I only see a few. I need y'all to get involved. Somebody said D with the flames. Mostly C's though. Somebody gave him a B. I ain't mad at you, dog.
Wait, you said a B at first.
I did.
You talked yourself from a B to a D.
Yeah, I talked myself into a D. And somebody gave him an F. Mostly it's D's. It's unanimous D's, basically. A few B's, a F. He would have got his degree, but he would have graduated bottom of the class. For real. Alright, next up. This shouldn't take long. We ain't gonna spend all day on this one. This is easy. What's your grade on Will McClay? We ain't gonna even spend all day on this. This easy. Come on now. We ain't gonna play with this. What's your grade? What's your grade on Will McClay? My initial grade is an A+. Shit. A+.
Really?
I ain't got no problems with Mr. What? A+. This man.
See, no, I'm kidding. I'll give him a B+.
Oh, now we curious on why only a B+.
Only because you're being too generous.
No, you can't do it based on me. You got to do it based on you. You can't do it based on me. Why you gonna do it based on me? Do it based on him.
There's room for improvement.
He ain't got no room for improvement. He the closest things to Jesus Christ. What you mean? You looking at Buddha when you looking at this dude, man. You looking at Muhammad.
I said a B+, okay? I said a B+.
Man.
Everybody can improve, because if you give... We didn't make it to the Super Bowl, okay? So nobody's getting an A from me.
I'm finna fight some of y'all. Some of y'all giving him a C because of Tolbert. I see some of y'all giving it. See, let me tell you who to blame on that. You can't blame Will McClay for that. You know who you got to blame for that? Kelly Moore.
Y'all bring in those B's with me.
Yeah, Kelly. All right, let me explain why I gotta give him an A+. The reason why I give him an A+, because nobody is look what he did with Dan Quinn year one. Like when Dan Quinn took over, we had the worst defense in our franchise history. Mm-hmm. Boy, Dan Quinn walked in there with his list of players. Types, because he don't say the Pacific players he like. He gives Will McClay a type. You know that song, Candy? I ain't got no type.
No type.
So he go in there and he say, this is my type. I want linebackers with length. I want corners that's long. You know what I'm saying? I want D tackles that's fast and strong. And he'll just give them a list. And Will McClay will come back with a buffet and it'll say, Sam Williams fit your list. Micah Parsons fit your list. Boss Man fit your list. And he keeps doing it throughout the whole season. Like, so T.Y. Hilton was out.
Okay, that is what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what were the options at the wide receiver or just wide receiver?
Say that again.
I said I was going to say that was part of my problem. Where was the option for wide receiver? You say T.Y. was that what he brought in?
Yeah. See, me and Law did a film breakdown on Ty in the offseason. Why? Because they
And I
was
think
out.
he's great.
Because they already talked to him.
Yeah.
It was already coming out that Will McClay and the scouting team was hot on T.Y. Hilton. So I did a film breakdown in the offseason on T.Y. Hilton, and Law did too, right? What held it up? Stephen Jones. Trying to figure out if James Washington...
Okay. I said, okay, well then my problem would be with Stephen Jones in that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, okay, we have all of these options that came in from him, but wide receiver, we were kind of scattered. Like, who do we pick? Do we have Odell? We have this person. Okay. So Stephen Jones was the holdup.
He was the holdup. This is how you
now
know.
He gets a C minus.
Oh yeah, this is how you know he was the holdup because Will McClay was already in talks with T.Y. Hilton in the offseason, right? They signed James Washington for cheap. Remember, when did we sign T.Y. Hilton? After the first game James Washington played.
Yeah.
Which mean they wanted to see first the cheaper option before they went with T.Y. Hilton.
Yeah.
I missed your super chat, dog. I'm sorry. Let me see. I missed it. Let me see. Q, dog. Q, just put your comment in. Oh, I see it. He say, boss, you are forgetting the most important part about Parcells. He has Jerry's ear. Ooh, I did forget that, dog. I did.
What did you say?
He talked about Bill Parcells and why that was important of him speaking out against Kellen Moore. So if Bill thinks he needs to go, the Jones no. Too. Facts. Ooh, Q dog, clap it up. Y'all clap it up for Q dog. Ooh, I'm glad you brought me to that super
Q
chat.
dog like RQQ?
Yeah, I guess he a Q dog. He might be Omega. Most of y'all don't know this, but Candy is a Delta. Throw it up, Candy. Throw it up. Throw it up. Don't be shy now. You gotta throw up. You gotta throw it up, man. What a diamond. What a diamond. Oh, you ain't gonna throw it up? Come on now. You gotta show the work.
I got a missing nail. I said RQQ to the brush.
Okay. My bad. I don't know y'all lingos, man. So you know how it goes, man. I'm over here.
But I do have a missing nail that you have seen.
That's a good comment, though. That's a real good comment, though. Now, so which brings us to see, because I keep trying to. So first of all, before we go to this next person, now let's talk about it now, because Kellen Moore keep coming up.
Let it go, guys. He's staying, okay?
No, I do think it's a fight. It's a fight.
You
I
think
think
so?
it's, yes, I think it's a fight. I think it's a fight, Candy. See, look, this is what I think. See, check this out, Candy. So, Cowboys coach Mike McCarthy, when pressed by reporter to commit to Kellen Moore as his OC in 2023, I don't really want to play this game today. It's been a long couple of days. Kellen Moore, like all other coaches, is being evaluated. Evaluation ongoing. Sound the alarm. Sound the alarm.
Wait, that sounded like a ghost a little bit at the end.
Say purge. Sound like somebody. It's some people in the building that want Kellen Moore purged. That's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. Now, I'm with you, Candy. I don't think they're gonna let him go. I don't think they're gonna let him go.
That's just going off a little soon.
Nah,
like, I can't say anything. Leave me alone. He's being evaluated like everybody else is.
And,
You get the information.
right. And see, check this out. Check this out. Cause it don't make sense. Let's talk about this. So y'all got all these coaches that's fired right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
William say, boss, is a new system good or bad for that? Depend on the system. So, but you fired all these coaches or didn't renew their contract. Dan Quinn was able to announce today, what's up, Bird Gang? We got Bird Gang in the building, one of the Philly content creators. What's up, homie? But they announced today, Candy, Dan Quinn is back. But the other OC is like, we're doing an evaluation. So you got one guy, he's back.
Well, they have to give the people a little bit of what they want.
What you mean? Explain that. Explain that.
They gotta give us a little good news to hold on to.
You think it's the good news? I think it's an internal fight.
You think so? You think Mike McCarthy is like, get him out of here?
I think so.
Stephen Jones is like, no, it's my buddy.
Yeah,
no,
I think so. I think it's some people.
Mike McCarthy, I don't know if that picture was like in the moment of him saying that quote, but he looked very
Yeah, cause see, Mike McCarthy is smart.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody asked, which I think is a good question, is this the West Coast offense where Dak needs to go to the next level? I do think a West Coast offense would better fit Dak. I do. 100%. 100%. And Mike McCarthy also believes that. Mike McCarthy says something like that many times. But see, Mike McCarthy is too smart, Candy. I want to get your thoughts on this.
Mm-hmm.
Like all these Hall of Famers specifically called out Mike McCarthy, not Mike McCarthy, Kellen Moore. But you telling me Mike McCarthy is lobbying for him? No, I don't buy it. The fact that he's very indecisive in saying that he's being evaluated, to me, that is saying they fighting it out in the building. You know what I'm saying? That it's people on different sides on this. It's people that pro Kellen, and it's people, in my opinion, that's anti Kellen. So they have to leave it on pause with the word evaluation. But when it comes to Dan Quinn, oh, Dan Quinn is back. Start the parade. Wait, hold on. Wait.
People have been worried.
Is Dan Quinn a defensive coordinator, Candy? Is he a defensive coordinator?
No.
Yes.
No.
Is Kellen Moore an offensive coordinator?
No.
Yes.
No.
Oh, I get you. Hold on, I get you. You been funny. Yes. Are those basically the same level? Yes. No. So why is one guy over here like, he's back?
That's not, no, that's not how they're saying it.
And the other guy, we are evaluating.
One is like the holy mecca to everyone. Like that was in the back of everybody's mind all season. Even there were rumors, oh, Dan Quinn is leaving after the season. Everybody wants Dan Quinn. Everybody wants Dan Quinn. So they have to stop those rumors ASAP. And what better way than at the rear end of the season to say, hey, stop the rumors that you've been putting out all season. Dan Quinn is staying. And then you make Cowboys Nation happy, like, hey. Because everybody like, I'm leaving. I'm not a Cowboys fan anymore.
That's true. So you saying they basically threw out Dan Quinn because it was obviously it's gonna be inspirational to the Cowboy base. Yeah. I'm with you. Yes. I'm with you. Yeah. So it might not be, as my boy Landlord would say, as nefarious is what I'm thinking. Yeah. I think it's a little bit nefarious though, just a little bit, just a little bit.
Say that.
just a little. No, you backed me up a little bit. You did back me up. You did. You backed me up a little bit on my conspiracy theory. But at the same time, it's I still think it's something to it. Like how you gonna be over here? He's back, even though you right. He's the so why they not doing for that for Kelly? Because they know a lot of.
What do you think?
Because the fans see through Kelly.
Yeah, and because a lot of people kind of wouldn't care if Kellen Moore didn't come back. But Dan Quinn, it's like, dang it, we just lost the playoffs, and we just lost Dan Quinn. Oh, I'm done. I'm completely done. We have lost Dan Quinn in the playoffs. Like, all hope is gone. What are we doing? And then everybody's standing.
And see, Vicky said, yeah, it's a warning shot to Kellen. Ooh.
Wait, what's a warning shot to Kellen?
We evaluating you.
But he knows that.
So
but it probably is a warning shot because you said before on our shows, these press conferences, Mike McCarthy under direction, some of his words towards Kellen Moore, like a little slighter towards Kellen Moore. Like, that's not what I would have done, but I think that we should run this type of, we should have this type of thing.
Yeah.
So that could very much be true, Mickey.
Yeah, I do see it as a warning shot, Mickey. So check this out. And this is, so now check this out. With some of these coaches, you decisive though. See, you ain't gonna get stuff over on me. Listen to this. This is today from Mike McCarthy. Listen, watch this.
You know, I really don't want to get into hypotheticals, but I love our staff.
Now listen, because he asked about if Dan Quinn gets away. So obviously this morning it wasn't announced that Dan Quinn was coming back yet. So listen, but listen to what he say.
It's more, you know, that's something we've reacted to. You know, that's not something I came in here and said, hey, I need a consultant position. So, you know, something that we just made happen because of the uniqueness of the individuals. So.
In-house defensive coordinator if Dan Quinn ends up getting the head coach.
So he asked him about an in-house defensive coordinator if Dan Quinn gets away. Listen.
You know, I really don't want to get into hypotheticals, but I love our staff. You know, I think Joe Witt's tremendous. You know, I think we got, you know, I think we got a number of guys that can continue to grow. And I think when you look at the staff design, you know, you have your veteran coaches, and then you have your, you know, guys that have a little more experience, and then we have some really good quality control guys, younger guys. So, you know, our blend is good. You know.
So, Candy, my question is, you can be decisive when you're talking about Joe Witt, huh? Because he brought up Joe Witt by name as a potential replacement for Dan Quinn, which is the same thing I said. I said that exact same thing about a week ago. I said I think Joe Witt should be the dude if Dan Quinn get away, because he could hold at least the cohesion of what Dan Quinn left. You know what I mean? He knew and was up there with Dan Quinn in the press box. He was with him with the planning of how they was scheming. You know what I'm saying? So Mike McCarthy, when it come down to Joe Witt, Candy, was like, yeah, Joe Witt is an excellent, but when it's Kellen Moore, it's we are evaluating. So you decisive over here. You decisive with Dan Quinn. We're evaluating you.
Finish him.
Bruh. Am I tripping? Because I heard him decisive.
He also has to be selective with his words because he knows this is a crucial time in the media especially, and they will pick apart his words like we're doing right now. So he has to be selective in what he says, and he has to be correct if he makes any slighted comment.
Admins, moderators, I need y'all to shoot this dude. Romo's better than Dak. Nah, bruh. Nah, get him out of here. We not doing you, bruh.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
We not doing you, bro. We not doing you.
Hey, boss.
Divisive.
Boss. What year was that Romo took us to the Super Bowl?
That was year never.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, thank y'all for shooting him.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting, nigga.
Yeah, you ain't gonna come in here because you still offended over 2016, bro. Take a walk. You ain't dealing with you weirdo.
That was a weird
Romo cult members.
Hey, let me just say that was a well-earned stolen spot because Romo had become a fourth quarter quarterback, and that's all he was. And we would get down to the fourth quarter, and he would come back or he would not. We couldn't have that, so it was better that someone else stepped in who could get the job done. And guess what? Dak came in. He wasn't a fourth quarter quarterback. He was a four quarters quarterback. That's why he took that position from Romo.
Ooh, they said, my boy said the body is buried.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw in a session like Romo.
I should have hit that button before y'all kicked him out. One more time.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw in a session like Romo.
Yeah, man. Come on now.
Throw interceptions like Romo.
Yeah, I mean, I got love for Romo, but man, these boys still talking about Romo.
That's another thing, too. Whoever that was that just said that, I know you said he's gone, but also, they want to talk about Dak being flustered. That became Romo's MO, becoming flustered and throwing interceptions. So I don't want to really hear a comparison in this.
Me neither, man. Kelly Moore man, don't get me started, Candy. But my boy Keystone said with the super chat, he said Kellen was evaluated for 4 years. Stop it, little Mike. But see, Keystone, this is the thing. I think Mike McCarthy the one that want him gone. That's my whole point. But he's saying that because they behind the scenes likely debating this out. So in the public, he got to act like he pro Kellen because he might end up still working with Kellen. But behind us, but he got to say publicly, we are evaluating him. But see, you speak up on Joe Witt. He said we got us some up and coming coaches. Didn't he say that? So that means you know Joe Witt stand. And did I hear that right? And he knew Joe Witt. He knew Joe Witt was saying before he knew Dan Quinn was coming back, didn't it? That's what he said. He said we got up and coming coaches in case Dan Quinn gets away. So you not evaluating Witt?
Run it up.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw in a session like Romo.
I mean,
Oh,
self-explanatory, pretty much.
oh man. Oh.
Sleeping on me now, cooking his nigga.
Ooh.
I think you like that song.
I love all them songs, man.
Let me find out that's your alarm.
Hey man, that might be my phone ringtone too, especially this one.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
That's my ringtone. Yeah. And this one, every time you call, I'll be like
another one.
Mm-hmm. Or I'll be mad, I might say, huh.
Y'all, he's not telling the truth. This man doesn't answer the phone. This is my ringtone.
Oh, nothing.
He has me on Do Not Disturb. I'm like, boss, did you get? Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Merry Christmas, and it's the New Year.
Biggie say Panthers left Kellen on read. Yeah, I know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you know that's that finesse 2 times.
Run it up.
Bring it real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
See, that's me. Because I know that's what I do, man. I speak my mind, bro. I don't hold back. I tell these boys what's up. I don't be faking up in here. We got us another super chat. Then we go finish. He said, officially all Gary guys gone. Kellen gone with complete Mike takeover. Fish said Joe Philman is retiring due to health issues. 3 OCs in the house. Okay. That's actually, I like that news actually, because I didn't understand why Philman was leaving. I didn't get it. Now that makes me feel a little bit better, but I still want to get a reference, a actual readable reference outside of Mike Fisher. Not saying that Mike Fisher isn't a good report. I just want to get more.
Report.
I want to kind of get a couple of references on that, if that's okay. Appreciate that, Q Dog.
Run it up.
All right. So the grade on Will McClay, and then we gonna move fast on the rest of these. The grade on Will McClay, I give an A+. Y'all already gave y'all grades on Will McClay. Our next person that we grading is the main coaches. What is your grade on Mike McCarthy?
A plus plus.
A plus.
I love Mike McCarthy.
I love Mike too. I really do. I'm gonna give Mike an A
Especially that
minus.
video. He got the extra. The A plus was for, his efforts in trying to convert the team and gain as much control over it as he could.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel that.
The extra plus was for that swag that he had after the game with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the locker room with that chain and that walk.
Run it up.
Another one.
I'm gonna give him an A minus because I do got some issues with Mike.
Okay.
My issues with Mike is I feel like it took him too long to start pushing Kellen Moore.
I think that he couldn't.
Yeah, right. You right. Go ahead, though, kid. I mean, that's real. He was tied up.
Flip the switch just like that and like, okay, what you doing is not working.
Yeah.
Slowly,
His hands was kind of tied.
My foot in here, and I can start to say a little bit more of what I want. And if he was able to say more of what he wanted to in the locker room, he wouldn't be saying it in the media. So he's coded it in media so that Kellen Moore could catch on. But I don't think, like I said, I think Kellen Moore has a little bit more footing in the organization than we think.
Yeah, and I agree with Tupac with the Mohawk. He say A for time management. Yeah, his also in critical situations I felt like he should have took over. Maybe not play calling, but situational plays. That's why I'm gonna give him an A minus. He close to perfect though. Like he close to exactly what we need in Dallas.
Yeah.
He close to exactly because some people say they want Sean Payton, because they like his strong personality. But see, I need somebody who know how to maneuver through the toxicity of Dallas, and I think Mike McCarthy is skilled at the politics side. That's why I like
my. Tell that it shows in kind of the environment that you see that has kind of changed in the locker room and sort of in the organization surrounding him, opposed to when Jason Garrett was coach. Yeah.
So, that's my grade on Mike McCarthy. Y'all leave a grade as we going through the exit interviews for Mike McCarthy. So Mike McCarthy gets an A minus from me.
Okay, my final grade is A plus plus.
A plus plus. All right, this is another one that's
go ahead.
This is another one that's gonna be easy. This is gonna be easy for a lot of people. What's y'all grade for Kellen Moore?
You know when a teacher used to write on there incomplete, and she sent you back to your desk to do it again? That's what I give an incomplete.
I think that's a good one. I'm gonna give Kellen Moore. Sadly, this is the sad part about this grade I'm getting ready to give him. I really do feel like Kellen Moore has A potential. As much as I go crazy on Kellen Moore, I really do know that he's a smart guy.
He is, but I don't know if his play calling is him being risky and trying things, or if it's kind of the hating and putting someone else like our.
Yeah. I'm giving him a.
Like, I'm have you run this play because I know that it'll be successful. Opposed to I'm gonna have you run this play, and you may or may not look like a fool.
Sadly, Kellen Moore, in my opinion, has A plus potential. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna be honest. I would fail him. I would give him a straight up F.
See, I agree with you there on the A plus potential because of the play calling capability that I see. That's
right.
That I've seen, and I'm not gonna lie. Like I always referenced last year at the beginning, I got excited with the variety of plays that he had in his playbook, and they were successful. So I'm like, oh yes, Kellen Moore, yes, please But then as the season progressed, or even this year, it just seemed like, okay, you're supposed to be getting better as a coach each year. But this year, it was a significant decline as far as the variety of plays and how you were using it. First, they were structured, but now they're kind of all over the place, and they're being detrimental at times.
Somebody said a participation award. Yeah, man.
Right now, so there's a fail. What did I say? Incomplete and participation. I like that participation award.
And see, I think Marcus said it best. Kellen has an A ceiling, but his floor is a F. Yeah. And see, some people like, but boss, we had the #1 offense with Kellen. No, you had the #1 offense with Dak. Because every time this offense didn't have Dak, it was at the bottom. So if it's really your play caller, you might see a drop off from a starting quarterback. It doesn't fall off a cliff. So perfect example is Shanahan. Perfect example is Sean McVay. Perfect example is Andy Reid. So Andy, go look at the offense at Kansas City with Alex Smith and compare it to Mahomes. You see, it's better with Mahomes, but it was real good with Alex Smith. Alex Smith.
But that also concerns me. That just goes back to how well do you really want this quarterback to do?
Right.
Are you holding?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And here's something that's ironic. If I can jump in here for a quick second.
Of course.
So listen, what's up, Miss Candy? And of course, salute to my big brother from another mother.
OC. So, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? So, $5 super chat. Dwayne Moore says Kellen is a good play designer, but calls plays in a vacuum, not caring about the game flow. That's a really good point. And also, I don't think he adjusts well to a variety of fronts. He doesn't know how to call a play to beat a front. He just knows how to design a play. So sometimes it doesn't have rhyme or reason and it can get you burned. You guys will learn more about that tomorrow. But look at the Philadelphia Eagles. When they had Gardner Minshew in there, was it tremendous production drop-off?
Nope.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So it was a system. And so, you know, to your guys' point, man, I think that's an excellent point. I just want to chime in and bring that, because if you have a true system that works with pieces, then the quarterback is almost an interchangeable piece as long as they can complete passes and don't turn the ball over. And so you saw the elite level that this offense worked at when Dak was there versus when he wasn't.
And this is a very good question. I want to run this by both of you. William said, boss, if Kellen Moore had Coop, Amari Cooper, Wilson, and Turner, would your position change? Likely no. Likely no. Because I do know with the way that he likes to throw the ball, the better weapons you have, the better his system seems to be. But the problem is he was the main one who led the campaign to under-target Amari.
Yeah.
So why I'm going to give you credit for something that you was trying to get rid of yourself?
Yeah.
Because when Stephen Jones said, and Michael Galkin asked him, you got your #1 that's paid like a #1. Why did he only have 104 targets? Stephen Jones' answer was what? It was our system. Whose system? Kellen Moore's system.
Yeah.
So no.
And something super interesting I was just brought up in the comments, which is an awesome comment, is you know who started off as the third QB in 2016? It was Dak Prescott. And guess who he was behind? He was behind Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore was the #2 QB.
Right.
Isn't that ironic?
It's very.
Isn't that strange?
Extremely
strange. much.
You know what the new conversation is that we all should still be talking about? Cause see, I be seeing a lot of people say, "Boss, if you see Dak under another system and he doesn't do well, will you still be pro Dak?" You know what the real answer is? We already saw him under a different system.
Yeah.
We saw them under Scott Linehan. And Dak Prescott, Scott Linehan, balled in the playoffs, protected the football, and was productive, even though his offense was very, very, very predictable. So, to the OC's point, it really shows that, let's be real, Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan, even though it was boring and predictable, it was still better than Kellen Moore. You know why? Because you still could win games even if you lost your quarterback. Under Scott Linehan and Jason Garrett, Dak took over as a rookie, and what was around Dak in that system of running the ball, leaning on a power running back, we kept rolling. Am I lying?
Yep, you're right. Q-Dog with the $2 super chat. We need influence routes and outlets every play. Yeah, that's hard to design, but it's a good theory, and I understand where you're going with that, Q-Dog.
Yeah. So my grade, and we got to get your grade. So let's first catch you up, OC. You got to give us a rapid fire grade, because what we doing is we doing exit interviews on the top level coaches. So
I'm already ready.
All right, so let's start with your grade on Jerry. Rapid fire.
C.
What's your grade on Stephen Jones?
D.
What's your grade on Will McClay?
A minus.
Why A minus? I'm curious. I'm just curious.
Because he's handcuffed with the criteria of Jerry Jones and Stephen Jones, so he can't truly always get the best player.
Let me push back on that a little bit. Doesn't that make him better because he's working under parameters but still overperforming? Wouldn't that actually say that he's actually overperforming?
It would say it could lend to that, but I'm looking at the actual performance on who we acquired. So because you didn't win a Super Bowl, I'm not giving you A plus, man. I'm giving you A minus, man. That's how I'm gonna go.
Boy, you mean, boy. Y'all clapping up for the OC, bro. The OC is mean. That's my dog.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business, boy. OC.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
That boy OC is an animal. All right, real quick. All right, so rapid fire. What's your grade on Mike McCarthy?
I'll give him a B.
Okay. Why B? See, he keeps sparking my attention.
No, I'm giving him a B because he should have stood on the table and demanded change faster with Kellen Moore. And I think that him waiting to do certain things hurt this team's chances to go further in the playoffs, and they could have went further this year had he took the initiative and fought back faster. And that's on him and his judgment.
Well said. Grade Kellen Moore.
Kellen Moore has a C.
A C?
I give him a C because he is productive scoring points, and we did win 12 games. And you have to give him credit for doing some good things in the regular season. I just don't think he's mature enough to be a championship level offensive coordinator, and nor does he have some of the blind spots covered yet as it relates to understanding how to scheme plays versus certain fronts. And he designs plays without fully understanding the rhyme and reason on the front side and the back side of the play on how it can work and how it affects the linebacker or the safety or the corner. He doesn't fully understand that, because if he did, he would call plays and route combinations differently than what he does. So I'm giving him a C.
Another one.
Yeah, we gotta fight, bro. I'm sick of this.
Come on.
I can't a C And you giving him a C, bro, because he scores points. This is my only pushback on that, because I know you ready to fight me. Is it him or is it Dak?
I think he has shown glimmers of having some really good thoughts and ideals. He has good thoughts and ideals. They're just not fully developed and seasoned and executed with. That's what I think. So because it's not fully mature and it's not fully dissectable versus the elite and the best teams, then you lose in tight games versus great defenses and great DCs. But versus average teams you score, versus semi-above average teams you score and you beat them. Right? So I can't get a dude a complete F, right? But at the end of the day, he's not elite. Is he a championship OC? No. He's just mediocre at this point. Now, I don't know if it's just all Dak, because here's the thing. We haven't seen Kellen Moore coach another system with a quarterback worse than Dak. That's what we would have to see. Because even when he had Cooper Rush, and I'm just being fair balance, he had Cooper Rush throwing easy passes that he can complete and manage the game. We ran the ball heavy. He did what he had to do, and we won most of those games, except for when he went pass happy and tried to make the quarterback play outside of who he was, a.k.a. Philadelphia, and we got tore up. And that's what Cooper Rush the first game.
Do you give Kellen Moore that credit or Mike McCarthy? Because remember, it was Mike McCarthy that talked about the winning formula of committing to the running game. So are we giving?
That's a fantastic point, boss.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, he's the favorite son, and he was anointed to be able to call this offense, even when Mike McCarthy was the head coach, and Mike McCarthy has had to roll with that. So over his body of work, can you say it's holes in this game? Absolutely, and that's why I say he's just average. He's average. I don't think he's a complete bull crap dude, but I think that he's average with some talent. But he was given the keys when he had a permit to a Lamborghini, and he didn't know how to drive it, and he crashes the Lambo. But when your parents got a lot of money like Jerry, you can just fix the Lambo and put him back out on the road, man, and that's what they do.
I think he about close to trash as trash can get. And let me tell you why. I'm gonna just tell you why, and because I know we kind of debating this out. It's because it's too much of a schism. It's too much of a divide when Dak not playing. It's too wide. You know what I'm saying? That's my thing is when Dak play, your offense number one. Now, you can have any other quarterback and it goes to hell. It goes all the way to the bottom.
That's a really good point.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a really good point. So yeah, on what you said, I'll downgrade him to a C minus. I'll give him a C minus. I'll give him a C minus, but realistically, I'll give him a C minus. But because of the overall success of the offense the past couple of years, regardless of if it's just Dak genius that's underrated or not, he still is the man at the helm calling plays. So I'm gonna get a dude at least a C minus.
All right. So my boy said ER5. You guys are too focused on who to blame. I don't think we're doing that, and not how to get better. Dak will get here, and he's an above average QB. You need to build a system for him. All right, so
that's what we're talking about. And actually, ER5, you'll get a video if you subscribe to this channel. Hopefully, you have already, about what type of system that will be the most advantageous for the Cowboys to run. You'll get that video from me probably by late tomorrow.
Yeah, and then I think Trey kind of put it together best between our debate. He said, "Boss, you said his floor is an F and his ceiling is an A, so a C is what it is." I think that's fair, Trey. I think that's fair. I meet in the middle. I actually don't meet the grade in the middle, but the thought I meet in the middle. I think that's a fair thought. And yeah, bro. AR, just subscribe to the channel, because honestly, that's all we focus on is solutions. That's really all we do. But you first gotta identify the problems before you can talk about how to fix it. So you just kind of hearing us kind of undress the problems, then you go see us go to solutions, because that's honestly all we do. All right. So last grade.
Yep.
As we finishing the high up series on the exit interviews, because what we doing is we kind of grading everybody for this year. So Dan Quinn was signed back. What's your grade on Dan Quinn?
I'm gonna give Dan Quinn this year. I'm gonna give him an A. Give him an A.
Candy?
And the A to me is based upon how well this defense was prepared for the playoffs. It's a weighted scale, and I weigh heavier on the playoffs than the regular season.
That's well said.
And
So
the
how is that just an
performances.
A, OC?
No, and I'm gonna tell you why. So I'm gonna get to that because I knew you guys answered that question.
Yeah, that's kind of
Because I personally, if I had an axe to grind with him, I disagree with how we handled some of the secondary decisions and maturation of the secondary in some key moments.
okay.
And I think that leaves some things to be desired. And that's why I'm giving him an A, not an A+.
In the playoffs?
I think we can get better in terms of having either drafted corners that can play press man, because it looks like we don't have anybody that really can play press man coverage. And thus you give inside seams and big plays at times up when you really don't have to, because we're playing off so much that we give underneath so easily, even in the cover two. So that's something I personally don't like. I don't see the diversity of coverage. And I'm going to say something else. I don't think they was on Diggs but the way they should have been. Diggs is still a great corner, but man, overall, bro, I didn't see the maturation and the acceleration of his game off of the huge INT season. I saw him sloppy. I saw him turning around in 380s. I seen him doing all kind of weird stuff that I think a cornerback on his level should not do. And I don't think they spent the time, and I'm disappointed, to really develop Kelvin Joseph. I think they came off of him too soon. He's a talented guy. They didn't develop him the way they should have. And just some things secondary-wise I don't agree with. So, therefore, I'm giving him an A.
Admins, don't shoot this dude. Don't shoot Philly D. He came and he said, Eagles being the best team rules the East. Listen, admin, these types, don't shoot them. Let them stay, all right? Don't.
Everybody around me shooters. Ain't no telling who was shooting.
Okay, now, Philly D, we don't do a bunch of trolling in here, bro. So, we gonna let you talk a little bit, but if that's all you bring it to the channel, you will get kicked off. All right, that's just what's gonna happen. We want you to stay, but we want to kind of keep a certain type of order, like bring a little bit more than just trolling. All right, because you're a Philly fan. I talk noise too when I'm on y'all chat, but also bring more than just that. Like bring actual thought, if that's okay.
And you know what, Philly D, I ain't mad at you, bro. Yeah, y'all been the best this year, bro. Y'all won the East, bro. Let's see what you do this coming Sunday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, y'all won the East. And congrats.
Right.
Congrats on
Let's see
that,
what you
man.
do, bro.
Because at the end of the day, I hate Philly, but y'all still represent the East. So, Candy, what's your grade for Dan?
OC just swayed me a little bit.
I did what? What I do?
Swayed me a little bit with the Trevon Diggs talk. I'm going to give him an A- in that regard. Other than that, well, I might leave it at a flat out A, because I do play. I like that they feel already, but the resilience and discipline.
You got to talk up a little bit. Just a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I said maybe this was already in them, but I feel like throughout, compared to the rest of the team, I think the other guys, but the defense is extra hard this year. And the resilience and, this.
The mic's still going out.
Oh, gosh. Really?
Yep.
How about now?
Yeah, you got to talk, I guess, strong.
Okay,
I guess.
I'm really loud. How about now?
Yeah, stay loud.
Yeah. Okay, the resilience and discipline that our defense had, I think that, yes, the guys had it in them, but that also had to be coached in the discipline. And even when the rest of the team seemed to give up, our defense just would not. They gave their all and left their all on the field almost every game this year. So that has to be that. Dan
I-
Quinn, so I'm gonna give him an A.
I give Dan Quinn this year and last year 100 with 10 bonus points.
What is that?
He the closest thing to perfect. He up there with Will McClay to me. That's just me though. And I understand the OC's argument because the OC's holding him accountable for the whole defense.
Right.
I'm not quite holding him accountable for the whole defense. Not me. Mostly because I play corner and I know that a lot of times, even though you could have a defensive coordinator, the person that's really accountable is Joe Witt. He the person that's the guy that's responsible for that back end. You know what I'm saying? So now the person that's the ultimate sign off is Dan Quinn. But when I was playing, I had it the same way. We had secondary coaches and then we had our defensive coordinator. We hardly ever even talked to our defensive coordinator at all. You remember Coach Bump, OC?
Yeah.
Coach Bump was excellent. But I never even talked to him. The person that was responsible was my secondary coaches. You know what I'm saying? Which it was Coach Hen. You know what I'm saying? Coach Hen was my coach. You know, so
I'm gonna push back on you, boss. Not to cut you off, I'm gonna push back just a little bit, big bro, because if he has oversight, he's responsible.
I agree.
The A is really generous, right? And it's good because we had problems most of the year stopping the run in the regular season, bro. We did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not coming down on Dan. I'm just balancing this out, right? He still has oversight because I did also see Bump over there with the defensive ends when we did one-on-one pass pro when we weren't getting sacks. Coach Bum was over there watching our one-on-ones and helping to coach the defensive ends and defensive tackles when they went against us because I played on the offensive line. So that just gives an example, you know what I'm saying, of the oversight and the responsibility. But go ahead, boss.
No, and you know, it's, you know, he is ultimately responsible. So let me ask you a question. Did Diggs really pull Quinn that far down?
I'm not talking about Diggs by himself. He's an example of the whole secondary, right? Because I feel like that we did not do good playing press man and taking away underneath routes. And we played sloppy on the back end at times. It wasn't a uniform disciplined secondary. It wasn't what you saw with the 49ers, as an example, when they played us this past week. And so because of things like that, I have to look at it. And also our way that we did have issues, right? Figuring out the proper combination of people. And we got Hankins, and that helped us a lot. But how to stop the inside run, because it was times early in the year we got gashed. So I'm looking at the whole body of work, right? And I'm weighing heavy on the playoffs, right? Because of the performance in the playoffs, you get that A.
Okay, so I'm gonna push back too. Because OC, you said that your ultimate grade was what? The playoffs.
It's weighed heavier on the playoffs, on the scale. It's weighed heavier.
If that's what you weighing heavier, we also know that Dan Quinn did a lot of experimenting that he said himself at the end of the season, right?
The last 4 games, which I threw out in my evaluation because of that, by the way. I'm talking about previous to the last 4 games.
Gotcha. So, I put it like this. Because I was concerned about stopping the run, right? I was concerned about our defense going into the playoffs. To me, if I'm grading on your scale, I still would give him an A+ because it all worked out in the big moments and showed that he knew what he was doing in his prep for the playoffs. So
okay, that's cool, boss. I ain't tripping on that. I got him at A. You got him at A++, but bonus points, that's fine.
Yeah, that's small. That's small. So all right, y'all. So we want to get y'all final grades on Dan Quinn. All right, so he the last one of the series that we grading from the top. So we grading. So we starting with, and we gonna be doing this going forward. So we started with the top. We started with Jerry. Steven, because it starts with them too. We went down to Will McClay. We then went to the head coach. Obviously got to the sub coaches, Kellen Moore, and then Dan Quinn. We go start the next one. We go talk about special teams. Then we go start digging into the players individually, right? Where we gonna be talking about the exit interviews, but this also gonna be preparing us for free agency. So this whole exercise is gonna be getting us ready to get a full view of the Dallas Cowboys, the changes that's likely getting ready to happen, and we go talk about each one. So what's y'all grade on Dan Quinn, and then we go get up out of here. So I want to see y'all grade. So, and I need everybody to grade. I want everybody to participate because y'all voice y'all voice matter, man. So what's y'all grade on this? We want to hear it. We want to see it. All right, I'm waiting on it. I want to see y'all grade on Dan Quinn before we get up out of here. And OC, man, let's hype these balls up because we got to get these lights up for not only this channel, but we also got to get it up for Candy. So Candy, first of all, tell them about your channel and where can they find you and all that good stuff first.
My channel is Candy's Locker Room at Candace Lamb on YouTube. You can follow me on there, subscribe, like, share.
All right, and you broke up again. We'll work on that sound like we always do. We usually always do sound checks. I promise you, we always do sound checks. This time, we was like, come on in. We forgot, that we sometimes got technical issues that we fix before we actually go live. So, yeah, Dan Quinn is pretty much, I'm looking at the grades, it's pretty universal. A minuses, no A pluses. So it's right around what you said, OC. Most people A minusing. And right around what you said, like nobody was as high on him as I was. Like I was, I'm the only one that gave him A pluses plus extra credit. But it's pretty much uniform A. So OC, obviously, bro, you the closeout guy. So
yeah, man. So listen, first of all, thank you guys for supporting the channel, man. We got a lot of great content coming, man. We're getting exit interviews. We got draft content coming. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. SLC. All right, share, like, and subscribe. If you haven't followed us, follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Follow me, the OC100, on Twitter. Also, turn on your bell notification icons so you can get the latest and greatest in Cowboy sports and news, and you don't miss us when we drop content and videos. All right. Thanks to you guys for putting money into the Cash App. All right, $ Boss Cowboy Sports. Thank you guys for those of you that do that. It really helps out a lot. Thank you for the super chats as well. We really appreciate you guys. And it's the next time, which will be in the next, 8 hours or so. We'll see you.
Yep, we dropping a video. It's gonna be fire. You already know.
Another one.
Run it up.
Boss Cowboy Sports. Where your voice matters.
I need the cash pronto. I don't throw in a session like Romo.
If we locked in, I'm switching up.
Another one.
Run it up.
Bring real back. He be speaking his mind. That boy with the shit.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Run it up.
Another one.
Yoga fire.